you were talking about how if you were to kill somebody, you'd put them in a boiling bowl and turn them into a soup. Mm-hmm. You were saying that earlier. I know, it was during a rap session or just like a freestyle session, but you were talking about how you would kill someone by turning them into a soup. Can I give you a spoiler on one of my new favorite shows?
Yeah.
And are you sure that I can give you a spoiler? Because you might want to watch it. It's on the first episode.
Tell me what the show is first.
Shogun.
Okay. Hit me with a spoiler. I'm going to need a little bit of a lift off. Not that I'm not into that show, but I do need a little lift off. Anything historical, like the Viking show, anything about knights, Shogun. So basically knights, Vikings, and ninjas. Kind of historical. I'm going to need a little bit of a lift off.
So the Japanese, there's a boat.
This guy's racist.
No, I didn't mean Japan. So British guys show up, and the people in Japan like who the fuck are these ugly dudes? And just cause the one leader of the village, not the real leader of the whole show, but one of the leaders, one of the main characters of the show, he just says, kill that one. And you see like they're putting fire under this giant cauldron, and it starts boiling and starts getting hot, and then they just like put the guy in there.
And boil him to death?
And it's not like boiling quite yet. So he's like tied, he's like hands and stuff are tied up, and he's like in there and he can't get out. And he's just screaming and screaming and screaming and screaming, and then he eventually like basically melts to death because you see his face, like it's like over a period of time, like he's just dying for like a long time, like probably an hour or more.
Just like the worst death possible.
Yeah. And he's like, his face, you see a part where his like face is melting off and stuff, and he's just screaming, like trying not to drown, but he's also trying not to burn to death because he's like jumping up and down from the bottom.
Wow.
And then the next morning, the guy that like sentenced him to death that way, he goes, it took a long time for the savage to die. He looks over at the other guy that's like in charge of that village. He goes, tell me a poem about it. And the guy had to like improv a poem about the guy's death.
What? That's fucked up.
And that is what that show is like.
Dang, dude, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So it's like, it seemed, to a guy that's a white person that knows nothing about that culture.
This guy's racist.
I don't know anything. I'm racist. But me not knowing, it seems like they think they capture that era pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like that's what they would say.
You weren't born then?
They don't have the radio. So you would think, what else are they going to do for fun? I guess give me a haiku about, like literally it was like a haiku. It was like, give me a haiku about.
Do you know how to do a haiku?
It's like it's a certain amount of
I forget what the
syllables.
I forget what the syllables are. Let me look it up real quick. But let's make up a haiku real quick. Okay.
It might be difficult, but I hope I can.
3 lines.
5
syllables in the first line. 7 syllables in the second line. 5 syllables in the third. I'm going to make up one for you.
It's 5 what?
5, 7, 5.
Oh, okay.
Can you do that?
I'll try.
I'm going to do it right now. Ready?
Yeah.
Poppy is pretty.
Thank you.
I want to love him so much. I can't escape him. All right, your turn to make up one, bud. I'm going to go grab a beer while you're doing that. Here, this might give you some inspiration.
Beautiful big titty, but naked women just don't fall up the sky, you know.
And also, while you're thinking about making your poem, I'm going to go grab a beer. Let's put the rap right here.
This must be your first trip to the Phoenix, huh?
Good call. That was a good call. That was a good call. Okay, that was a good call. Eating all these drugs, now I'm tripping balls. I might fall down and scrape my jaw. I might have to lift myself up. Oh shit, what the hell you put in my 7-Up cup? Was something that was gonna fuck me up, punk? If it was, I'm gonna have to be slumped all night long. Please don't jump, please don't move too fast. You might freak me out, you might make me scared. You might make me want to give away my cash and do anything I want. You might want me to get inside a gun. You might want me to hide inside my room, cause I'm scared and I'm paranoid too. This drugs got me fucked up. It's got me fucked up. What the? This girl fucked up.
Your first time in Phoenix? Well, here's my penis. And you think I'm joking? No, I really mean it. Put it inside, I will fucking soak. Yeah, jump on the bed, you fucking bloke. I need to soak while I do. Jump on the bed with me while he's watching me count to 3 pumps, please. I'm about to not pump. I'm a Mormon. This isn't a sin. Yeah. I need some more gin put inside my body, then I will more sin some more, and I will sin, of course, but not inside of your butthole, you whore, cause I'm not a dirty dancer with my penis or with my balls. No, I fucking mean it. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about none of y'all. I'm just trying to soak, and then I'm gonna hang out with my bras.
Got me fucked up. Fucked up. Fucked up.
Oh my gosh, are you gonna knock more shit over? Thank you.
So did you think of one? I'm guessing that's a no. Listen, I just made mine off the top of my head. Just say it. Just talk and use your fingers. You can figure it out. Ready? Go.
Flesh is in the wind, flapping like a duckling man. Trample thine heart, bitch.
Perfect.
Please leave my testicles alone.
Can
so
you
good.
please leave my testicles alone, bitch, man?
Yep, you nailed it.
Honestly, that would be kind of funny if, like, you remember when you were learning how to do haikus? If someone, like, you had to do it instead of write it down, you just had to say it, and the same kid would be like, bitch, at the end of everyone.
Dude, haikus are fun.
Yeah,
And they're kind of fun to...
But that's what he did. I think it was technically a haiku.
Yeah,
like on
I'm
the
sure.
fly.
If you haven't played Ghosts of Tsushima, but you have to create haikus in Ghosts of Tsushima.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you use bitch at all?
No, it's all pre-programmed. You can't actually make it. It's like basically you have to like pick a part of nature, a part of life, or an emotion, or whatever. It's like a kind of a lame part of the game in a sense of gameplay, but it's got to be some kind of historical thing that's actually like way more important, because I don't know why they put that in the game.
Yeah.
It's not entertaining. It's kind of the boring part of the game. But I'm kind of, as I'm growing older, I'm learning these boring parts of life, just because they're fucking boring doesn't mean that it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bring on a
What's-
boring game to me.
What's another boring thing that you think is actually important?
Church was really boring. Church is always boring.
Yeah.
But we're not going to go into that. This isn't the religious podcast.
They should do more haikus there.
They should do more haikus at church. And I'm going to tell somebody about it. I'm going to tell Preacher Man, do a haiku at church, man.
You know that's actually what the whole show is about?
Haikus?
Catholicism.
Interesting. Catholicism. Okay, here's all I know about Catholicism. I know that my dad's side of the family, they're all Catholic, and that church is way more boring than the other churches.
Yeah.
That's what I know about that.
They're very into symbolism. Yeah.
Yeah. And
They do a lot of symbolism exercises.
I hear there's a lot of pedophilia that goes on.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Why is the choir just full of boys? And why are they all scared to mess up?
I wonder if like any of the choir boys join the Catholic Church and they're like, why is it all guys? Where are the boobies?
Oh, there's definitely one fat kid in there like that.
Yeah.
like,
Unfortunately.
I joined the church for boobs. Just a bunch of dicks.
Yep. Unfortunately. But we've talked about church. We've scraped the top of the subject. Let's move on. I have something I want to tell you.
Okay. Go for it.
So I was at the Baltimore Tattoo Convention last week, which is why we had to postpone our recording day. Mm-hmm. And then I did a seminar. I attended a seminar for tattooing because I love tattooing.
Mm-hmm.
When I wasn't
You like
doing
it?
I love it.
Oh, good.
When I wasn't doing either of those things, I was hanging out with my older brother, Nathan. We went to
He has large calves. They're great.
I found out why he has large calves.
It's a bad thing.
Well, I went to the gym with him.
Mm-hmm.
He takes 3 hours at the gym. And Nate, I know you're listening. I'm not complaining, but goddamn. I squatted, and I'm not doing heavy lifts like him. He's building up to weights like 450 pounds. And then he's building up to weights like 350 pounds, the bench press. So I'm over there doing my fucking 185 squat because I'm not like lifting heavy. Like I could do more, but I'm not.
Don't do it.
I squatted, I benched, and then I went out and played with dumbbells. I did like 4 workouts of that.
Look at this.
Exactly, literally. Then I went and did a kettlebell workout. Then I walked a mile. You know how long it takes to walk a mile?
3 miles an hour.
No, like 15
3
minutes.
hours.
14, 15 minutes.
It's 3 miles an hour. So
Then I
it's
was like,
3
well,
hours.
I'm just going to go and stretch. And I did a whole yoga situation by myself. He still had workouts to do. Anyway, we went to a beer distributor, and I got some BrewDog, Elvis juice. It's my favorite beer ever. I take a drink of it. I'm like, this tastes weird. Take another drink of it. I'm like, this tastes weird. And I'm like, does this taste weird? And I give it to Nate, and he drinks it, and he says it tastes weird. I look at the expiration date, and it's expired. And that's the story. Just kidding. It's not the end of the story.
Oh.
The story is I drank it a couple more times and came to the conclusion that it tastes like a butthole.
Because
And
everybody's tongue is caught a little glimpse of a butthole if you're going down on your lady because you love her.
And I'm thinking, Elvis juice, it's a grapefruit IPA. If buttholes, do all grapefruits just taste like butthole if you let them expire?
I think all buttholes taste like grapefruit. And then if you don't, okay, all buttholes smell like grapefruit until you don't shower. Until the end of the day, when you haven't showered, you may have pooped twice. Then it's gonna smell a little dirty,
Stinky.
yeah, a little stinky.
Stinky.
She grabbed my hairy business.
And so I think at the end of the day, old grapefruit does eventually taste like butthole.
What can we do to make butthole taste like grapefruit more?
Shower.
Do you think that we should start implementing a midday shower into our lives?
I think we should just acknowledge the fact we should probably shower as soon as we get home or as soon as we're done with all of our activities, and we just don't have to sniff our significant other's buttholes before the end of the day.
Yeah.
Wait till they clean themselves up a little bit.
Yeah.
Give them that much. Quit sniffing their ass in the middle of the day.
Okay. I think I can do that.
You know,
can you do that?
When you're at the family function and you can see like, I really want to sniff that ass. Wait. You're at a family function, nobody needs their head down in the waist region. You're at a picnic. It's hot. She's probably been around the grill a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
She's sweating. Probably on her period.
Probably has a little smoky action.
Yeah. Nobody wants smoked grapefruit.
No, dude. That's one item you don't smoke. Here's something you smoke. Brisket.
Yeah.
Turkey.
Honestly, if ass smelled like brisket.
Oh. Oh.
I want a rib eye, not a rib ass. You
Honestly,
know what I mean?
Yeah. There'd probably be a lot more problems if ass did smell like brisket.
Yeah.
Like
syphilis.
A lot more people would have infections in their gums, I think, from eating ass.
Mm-hmm. A lot more people would have worms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, okay, that was my story. That happened to me.
Yeah.
What happened to you last week? You better tell me something good. I don't want to hear, all I did was work again. You're more than just your job. Somebody told me today that they appreciated the vibe that you brought to a business. I just want to let you know, you're not just the guy sitting up here cutting hair. You bring joy to people.
I wanna tell you something that I noticed today when you walked in. So I'm there a lot. I'm like there a lot of days. And they see me when I'm like at my most tired that I could be, because I just woke up. I woke up, brushed my teeth, walked the dog for 15 minutes, and just showed up there.
Yeah.
The only way I could be more tired is if I don't walk the dog. And sometimes that happens. Kelly walks the dog before I get up. So I get in there and they're always like, if I show up like later on a weekend or like on a Monday when I'm not working, they're like, wow, you're really pumping some iron today. It's because I'm not dead tired and I showed up at 10 instead of 8:30 or 9.
Yeah.
And so they see me all the time. They're not super excited to see me. So like I'm in there and the one guy's like, oh man, those looked good, man. I was like, thanks. Because I'm just tired. And then you walk in and you're like, hey, everybody, look, it's me. Hey, man, you want a high five? Here you go. Boom. Hey, what are you doing over there? Looking good.
Correct!
And, dude, the whole place, like, erupts. Everybody's walking over to see you freaking swing a kettlebell because you're like, hey, man, you're my friend. High five. Hey, you ever see this? We're friends. Woo! And
I do. I'm high-fiving people. I'm touching people.
Yeah.
I'm touching hearts.
And you're like,
I'm getting bit by Nick's dog.
And then there's a dog, and you go, hey, get off me, dog, but don't get off too much.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Because this thing likes to hump.
Yeah.
Did you know the first time I'd ever humped someone, it was me?
Really?
Yeah.
You got the first hump from that dog?
So I feel like I started it.
You started a good trend.
Because I picked the dog up like by his little belly.
Yeah.
And I picked him up and I was like basically riding the dog while holding him. He was like this far away from the ground.
Yeah.
And I was going, nope, you're not allowed to have that. Well, he took that as me humping his back.
Interesting.
And I think he had to assert his dominance. So as soon as I started doing banded push-ups, he said, time to get it on like Donkey Kong.
And he got on you.
And he was about to
What the frick?
get me with his nanner.
Dang. So banded push-ups are the way to get a dog to mount you.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah. So any of you fucking freaks out there, and if there's a motherfucker out there that's trying to hump a dog or get humped by a dog, you better not take that advice.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, you little weirdo. You
Yeah.
freak.
Yeah.
You're a freak.
Quit trying to catch glimpse. It's like, what if there was a guy that was trying to, that was listening to the podcast that for research though, like he feels weird about this, but he's looking for any type of advice to he's trying to research the red rocket of a dog and like what it looks like as soon as it pops out. Cause like people know, but like you don't really look at it good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one really goes and just looks at it good, but he's like doing research on dog erections. He's like listening to this podcast just cause he's like bored. He's like, wait a second. If only I do banded push-ups around dogs at the dog park, I can get pictures of their red rocket. So maybe us talking about that isn't all just bad. You know,
Yeah.
maybe it actually is going to do some good.
I can give a scientist a perfect description of what a red rocket on a dog looks like. It's burned into my memory.
Okay.
I can never forget. I want you to go to the gas station and buy an Alani energy drink, but not just any flavor. I want you to buy the red flavor.
It's the worst flavor.
Get it, and I want you to dump it into a glass and put it into the freezer, 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And I want you to wait until, and you have to observe it. So you have to have a window on your freezer, and you need to observe it. It will turn into a red slushy. Okay? Once it is completely frozen, you need to take the red frozen block out of the glass, and you need to get out a little sander, and you need to sand it in the shape of a little worm. From that, you need to get little, like, shave your beard hair and put it around the base. And that is exactly what a dog's penis looks like. It looks like a little frozen red slushy, but frozen solid, not slushy.
I would have said it looks a lot like if you were to go out after a good rain, and you on the hillside near my house there. It's actually amazing. After a hard rain, there's thousands of worms on the road. Yeah. Thousands. I'm not even joking about that. That's not I will have a joke a part of this, but this is not part of it. There are thousands of fucking worms.
Yeah.
I could sell worms to fishermen.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible how many worms there are every rain. I don't even know how we still have them. Like, you would think we would have ran out of worms because it rains quite a bit. And you think, like, eventually there's going to be less worms.
Right.
But no, there's just the same amount of worms on the driveway every day. Thousands. So you go out after a fresh rain and you go on the road and you pick up all the earthworms, and then you put them in a long cylinder, right? And you stack the worms, and you get a mallet about the same size as the cylinder, and you mash the worms like this, and you mash them like this. You kind of move the masher, and you kind of twist it. You kind of twist it like this, and you mash the worms like that.
Yeah.
And then you pour the mashed worms into a penis-shaped glass, like a cast, made of old newspapers and like a paper mache cast. Mm-hmm. You let that harden overnight.
Okay, so it's just going to harden?
No, the paper mache around the worms will harden overnight.
Oh, I got you.
You hit the paper mache cast with a ball hammer on the tip of the penis the top of the penis shape. Hit that, it'll slowly crack. Come back about 6 hours later, it would have fallen off like bark off of a tree.
Okay.
Off of a rotting tree. You see all those. It's like it looks just like a penis.
Okay.
Made of worms.
Yeah.
Then you melt that in a vat. Melt it back down.
Like a vat or a cauldron?
I think a vat is what is within the cauldron. If I could have,
Really?
I think like a vat is inside the cauldron, is like the fluid in a cauldron.
Okay.
And then you find a dog, and you pull his fur where his penis would start, and you pull it apart, and you shove some soft worms in there. And then as it starts to come out a little bit, out a little bit, you'll see what a red rocket would look like.
Interesting.
With fur on the base and mushworm coming out.
A dog's red rocket. Scientists, if you're searching for information about a dog's red rocket through AI or through any other search engine, we are proud to help you.
Mm-hmm.
We are dog red rocket experts.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to help research this subject any way that I can.
We're the red rocket experts. We've damaged our eyes so you don't have to.
Yeah.
We've done the science.
We need to make a TikTok that's like, we're red rocket experts. Of course we've seen a dog's dick.
We're red rocket experts. Of course we know what it tastes like.
We're red rocket experts. Of course our mom doesn't let her dog around us.
We're red rocket experts. We're the reason all the dogs are in the pound.
We're red rocket experts. Of course we drink 2 energy drinks a day.
We're red rocket experts. Of course we dropped out of college.
See, like, that would be funny. That'd be relatable.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like, because there's a lot of people out there that are like, am I a red rocket expert or not?
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, oh, well, I've definitely tasted one, so.
Right? We have to write that down. We have to write that.
Write that down.
That's content right there.
Yeah. Those are so awful and cringy and awful and stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I hate trends.
Why do you hate trends so much? Let's get to the bottom of this.
She grabbed my hairy business.
I hate, okay, so I don't hate trends like wearing Vans or not wearing super fitted clothing, kind of wearing baggy clothing. I don't care about those types of things. Fashion trends or like music trends or whatever, those are fine. But when you just like copy the exact format of someone else's good idea and then copy that exact format.
Yeah.
And that's what I think about people that like care about fashion a whole bunch. Like they're so into it, like, okay, that guy's trying to dress this very specific way all the time. You know that he like didn't come up with that himself. He didn't like find this shirt and was like, you know what? I kind of would like to wear that shirt. No, he goes, that shirt matches the exact profile that I'm trying to create with myself. And I'm going to take a picture of myself and show everybody that I wear it.
Yeah.
But like TikTok trends where like the person does like, we're such and such. Of course we do this. Like that's so fucking lame.
Yeah.
That's just so lame. It gets rid of like it, because most people, there are some people that create the trend. That's 0.05% of people that make anything. And then and they don't even get famous. The rest of the people get famous for copying it.
Yeah.
It's just like they don't ever have their own idea.
Yeah.
It's gone so bad that we actually have to use the exact same song someone else did for someone to know that we're following that trend.
Yeah,
That's lame.
it is.
They only like that song because they only use that song because someone else did. They don't even care about it. They don't even like it.
Yeah, it does stink that it does stink that people bite other people's stuff.
Yeah, it's just you're biting their style, and that's really lame.
I feel like those people also who use social media like that, like that's their game. It's like they're gonna do that until they go, oh, maybe I'll have my own idea one day, and they just keep.
No, I don't think
everybody
they
else's
want to
stuff.
have their own idea.
You don't think?
No.
Maybe they do. Maybe they're just copying until they can figure it out. But I don't know because I don't do that. I don't dance in front of a camera.
Yeah,
this,
man.
this motherfucker don't dance.
I don't wear a thong and just like sit on my phone.
Now, I don't.
Would I?
You would.
I would if it got me famous. I've always said I'm dumb enough to be famous. I'm just not willing to put effort into being dumb. I'm just dumb enough naturally. I'm not willing to put in the effort of being dumb.
Well, if you tried to make yourself dumber, that would be playing a role.
Yeah.
And
Called
if you-
bimbo.
Yeah, and if you play a role, that's not true to you,
Yeah.
and that's lame.
I'm dumb enough as it is. I don't need to pretend.
You need to, in black metal world, it's called being cult. If you're black metal enough, you're cult.
You know
And cult
what
is
that-
being true to black metal. So you need to be
but it's-
cult with
but
yourself.
you know what's funny about that is that being cult, doing something that way is also following the trend that everyone wants you to do so that you actually become a niche, famous in a niche way.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they wouldn't go anywhere.
I'm saying it like, if you're being cult, you're being true to black metal.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying you need to be cult. You need to be true to
Cult to
poppy metal.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to
And-
be cult to poppy.
Yeah. And I think if you were, wearing a thong and, squatting down on your phone and basically showing almost your butthole and a little bit of your ball sack seam, like people would think like, hey, Poppy's playing a role and that's not him. I know he would just show me that if I asked him, but I don't want to see it on TikTok because then I
Right.
don't feel special in his barbershop.
Right.
And making people feel special in your barbershop is probably pretty important to you, right?
I'd say so. Pretty important.
Yeah.
Not everyone deserves that,
Right.
but some do.
Yeah.
You want to hear something weird? Hey, I got this thing right here. You can kind of see it sometimes. I don't really know what it's from. I don't think you can see it right now. But do you see like where there's like little purple blotches like this right here?
Move your hand. Yeah.
Or like, but there's like a line of them that go
Yeah.
like this. I have no idea what it's from.
Weren't you wearing like a belt?
Okay, so it happened. It was long before that I noticed it.
Huh.
I think I've had it for a few years.
Is it itch?
No, it's like veins.
Interesting.
It's like my veins that are like along where my diaphragm is or something.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird getting older?
I didn't realize that was the cause. I thought maybe I was sick.
Well, the reason I'm saying that is just because like it's a thing you haven't experienced in your life before. So I don't even say I don't even say getting older like, hey, we're getting old. I'm just saying, man, we're still experiencing things with our bodies.
Right. It's like I'm hitting the end of puberty.
Yeah, like
Like
we're done growing.
I'm sure I've been actually done with puberty for a while,
Yeah.
But like I'm still like I think I'm still experiencing repercussions from going through that trauma.
Obviously, you got veins coming out of your ribs.
Kelly said it's varicose veins without the varicose,
What is varicose?
where like your veins are like purple and they're sticking out from your body,
Yeah.
like on your legs and shit.
After the podcast, I'll have a deeper gander at those.
Yeah, you can't really tell when I'm sitting very good, but when I'm standing and you can like look in the light, it's super faint, but you can see like I actually asked a cardiac surgeon yesterday. I was like, you know a lot about veins. What does it mean when I have like faint purple veins showing along this area? He's like, I have no idea. I'd have to think about that.
Is that along the lines where that belt sits, though?
Nope.
Okay.
No, it goes like this.
It's just across like the bottom
Yeah.
part of your rib cage.
Yeah.
Interesting. If you're listening to our podcast right now, send us in what you think.
Yeah. What do you think it would be?
Me? Here's what I think it is. I think whenever you're working out, you're bracing your stomach. You're bracing mostly with the top part of your stomach muscles. And you're bracing so hard and so controlled there that the veins, that your body's like, we need more veins here.
I'm like, yeah.
And your body's like, okay, fuck, let's make some. And they just happen to be making them pretty close to the outside of your skin.
Interesting. I think that it's a similar thing to that, but I think it's when I laugh, I actually feel my ribs popping. When I go like that, my ribs just popped.
Yeah.
Like, apparently they're like so tight that they pop back and forth and stuff. Like I don't know, my ribs pop a bunch.
Yeah.
And I think that it's the rib version of blood vessels popping in your eye.
That's a really good guesstimation.
Yeah.
That's a really good, it's a really good thought. Probably
So
is that.
I'm laughing so hard that I'm bruising.
And that's a blessing.
Beauty marks. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, blessing marks.
Yeah, blessing marks, I think, would be an adequate description.
Do you... You know, I like that style of talking about, like, when girls have, like, a mole or something, or whatever it is. What do they call a beauty mark? It's like
Yeah.
a little mole or something. I like that way of thought.
Yeah.
And I think
Me too.
that was really great.
That was a really good thought that somebody
Yeah.
made up.
Yeah. It's like that's
And that
a really-
person will
It
never-
was probably a mother.
Yeah.
A mother that like the daughter was concerned about the mole on her nose or anywhere or wherever it was.
And that person will never, ever get the credit for it, unfortunately.
No, yeah, she's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, she died a long time ago.
I think it was ASAP Yams' mom.
Does he have one? I don't know A$AP Yam. I don't know what he looks like.
He has a gigantic purple birthmark across his face.
Nice.
Yeah. This guy don't know who ASAP Yams is?
Is that why they call him Yams? Because he looks like he has a giant yam on his face?
She grabbed my hairy business.
No.
Is it in the shape of a yam?
No.
Yams are purple on the inside.
I don't know why they call him that.
I think it might be because of the birthmark.
I know who he is, but I'm not a super fan.
Oh,
I'm not obsessed with him. He's dead, by the way.
really?
R.I.P. Yeah.
Him and his mom.
Probably. I don't know. We'll have to
Well,
ask ASAP Rocky.
Well, I'm sure she's dead.
Yeah.
I hope, you know what? I hope she did.
Me too.
I hope she died before he did.
Yeah. For her sake.
Sucks that Yams was going to see his mom die anyways.
Yep. Yeah.
So it's like, I hope she did.
Yeah. Me too.
I hope my
Nobody should have to bury their son.
hope my mom dies before me.
Me too, dude. That would fucking suck.
It's selfless, really.
And I don't even mean that in any kind of way, Lori. I know you're listening to this because I know you secretly listen. to
Oh,
all
you
our-
weren't talking about your mom?
Dude, my mom's not ever going to. No. Oh, man, selfishly. Whew. Selfishly, I kind of wish I'd go first, but I know it would suck for her.
Yeah, I'm doing it in a selfless way.
Yeah.
I want to take that hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I need to do that too. Yeah. Do you have any announcements for the podcast?
The other day, actually today, John Stump came in
Yeah, good guy.
and
Love
we were
that
talking
guy.
about I was saying something about hitting somebody in. I was having a pocket full of rocks, ready to like kill somebody, and he's like, yeah, he's gonna have a pocket full of rocks. That means you're gonna have a pocket full of posies. I said, yeah, you never bring posies to a rock fight.
Yeah. I wondered why you said that in a rap.
Yeah, it sounded good, didn't it?
It did sound good. It sounded really good.
And that got him.
You made him giggle?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I love making John Stump laugh.
Yeah, he's genuine, isn't he?
Yes. He's so sincere.
You brought me Swedish chocolate.
He's a good guy.
From Sweden.
He's a good guy.
It was probably like from the 7-Eleven version of Sweden. Or Switzerland. Not Sweden, Switzerland.
Sheesh, man. This guy's racist. I'm telling you.
I just don't know what's what.
I know.
I've never been over there. I've never taken the tube.
Alrighty, everybody.
I've never had scabies.
Skybees.
I've never been able to have the London look.
And you never will.
You know what's fucked up?
What?
French people are really full of themselves.
Why guy's racist.
This is. What's up with French people saying everything's French before the thing?
Like what?
French fries, French kissing, French cuffs on your shirt.
Oh, God.
Like, you're really fucking full of yourself.
Come on, Frenchmans.
It's like, we called it football. Everyone else calls it American football. That's not our fault. Do they just call them fries and cuffs and kissing? I doubt it. I think they're the ones that named it. They like,
say
you know what? We're going to make sure we get... Oh. That doesn't help.
Dang on it. Alrighty, everybody. We're done ranting about the Frenchman. Give us a follow on Instagram, Today's Spray. Give us a follow on TikTok, Today's Spray Podcast. And we will see everybody next week. If you've watched our YouTube channel, click that subscribe button. I'm sorry I got to dip out of this podcast. I got to pee so bad.